Hello, my dear student. I get disconnected from the internet. Sorry about that. I'm putting the lab 16.4.7. In this lab, we need to have one PC. You see that we can click on the PC, and we need one switch and one route. Okay. I will put the model is 2960. You can see that, and we can put the router 4321. Yeah, we can a little bit zoom in. See here. They connected with the one copper straight 2, and you can see gigabyte 001 is connected to the port 05, and for the downside, see it's connected, it's coming up. The 6 is connected to the Ethernet 0. The IP address that we have it. There's lots of way we can configure. We can rename the PCA. We can put the network connection, put the IP from here to, we goes for the desktop and put the IP configuration from here. There is no different. 192.168.1.3. This is the IP address of the PCA. The subnet message to 5.2.4.2.5.0 The gateway is 192.168, the IP address of the router, and we'll close that. What else we want? We want to have the name. This is the switch one. You can rename it. This is for viewing. I rename that. And for the router, you can rename it to the router. You can enable the port. See that by default the port of the router is disabled. You can go to the configure mode, click on the router, turn it on, or you can do it from the CLI. Okay, I will not do that one because I wanted to follow the steps of the lab. This lab is about the SSH secure shell network, and they established through the terminal emulation connection to a router or the network device. SSH encrypts all the information that passes through that one, and it can also transfer file using the associated FTP, SFTP, and secure copy SCP protocol. The network devices that are communicating must be configured support SSH in order for the SSH to function. In this lab, you will enable the SSH server on a router and then connect using the PC with an SSH client installation on the local network. Okay, the router used this one is Cisco 4.2.1 or 3.2.1. It doesn't matter because this version has not that one. And we have the details. I will jump from that one because we done this in the class. The part 1 we have basic device setting. For the part 1 cable, the network we have it initialize, reload, and the router and switches, and configure the router. When you want it, first of all we want to configure the router. Okay, we want to build a console cable between these two. You can do it directly, or you can use the RS232 to console cable. You click here and you get connected to the console, to the router. We can do it locally or connected to, because it said that the console into the router and enable privilege exec mode. It means that we are using the console cable. You see that here how we can use this part. Okay, you see here we can use the terminal, and you must put IP address for them before you want to, and the port is not on. Okay, you can yeah, I don't know how I can stop and start this. Yeah. because it said that enter the configure mode. You can go through the command prompt. Where my system is not working. Yeah. If you want to do the connecting through the telnet or use the console cable, you need to have some information of that one. You know, if you go for the system and go to the terminal and you click OK, you will see something like this. Okay, and you press enter. You see that you have the router. Okay, it's going by the enable mode, and you go in the config terminal and you put no shutdown to bringing that one up. Okay, now I will exit from here and yeah, if I exit completely, you will see something like this. Okay, and in the the side, it says that go to the privilege mode. We are on the PCA. Okay, how we go for the enable, we thought enable, and we goes for the privilege mode. Enter the configuration mode. Okay, how we goes for that one, it goes for the config terminal. Okay, okay, you see that the prompt changed to the config mode. In the part C, it's asking you to disable DNS lookup to prevent the router from attempting to translate the incorrectly enabled command. Okay, what we do, we put no, if you type it, no IP domain. Okay, it depends on the model. Some of them you need to put the dash between them. Some of them you didn't need to put domain lookup. Okay, it's accept for that one. Now the part D, assign class as a privileged password encrypted. Now what we do, we do enable and we put the secret and we put the class. You must remember that one. Okay. Now it says that put assign Cisco as a console password. Okay. When we want to put the for the line 0 password, we must put the line console. Okay, and 0. Okay. The password is the password, and you want to put the Cisco. Hopefully it's clear. You press enter. Now, if you want to implement them, after that you must put the login to implement. Without you put the login, it will not. It has it until it restart, and we will have that one. Assign Cisco as a VTY password and enable login. Okay, we exit from here and go for the line VTY. VTY is between 0 and 15, it's 16 line. Okay, and because it counts 0 and 1 2 3 4, it's 16. Okay, and what we want to put, we want to put the password Cisco, and we want to put the login. If you put the upper arrow in the arrows key, you will go up. Okay, now what it's asking, it asking encrypt the plain text password. How we do that one? We use the service. I'm sorry. Okay, service. You type the three first letter and put the tab. It will bring the rest. Okay, password encryption. And press enter. Let me bring this one down. In the part H, create a banner that will warn. Okay, for the banner, we put the banner MOT method of the day, and you want to put something, you can put the dollar hashtag. There is no difference, but you must put the same for the both side. Okay, we want to put unauthorized access prohibited. Okay, it can be copy and pasted, must let you. Okay, select that one, copy, paste, and put the space and put the dot. Okay, and press enter. If we set the banner, okay, we will see where is banner will be shown. Now, we want to configure in the part I, it wants to configure the active the gigabyte 001 interface on the router and using the information we have it in the table. We see in the table when we want to go to the interface gigabyte 001. Okay, and you see that the prompt changed to the config, and you can put the IP address and put it 192.168.1.1, the password 255.255.255.0, enter, and then we want to be activated. Then you see that is red, we type no shutdown, no shut, and you see it's turning to the green, it means that it's coming up. Okay, now let's go down, save the running config in the startup. Why we need to set exit from here and exit, and we want to copy run the things that is running to the startup config. Copy run startup config, and it's asking you to confirm. You press enter and config. Step 4, you want to configure a PC. Configure PC IP address subnet must be already done, and the default gateway be done. That one we must not do that in the first. Verify the network connection. Ping router 1. I will close this part. I'm going to the command prompt. Set ping 192.168.1.1, and you see it's pinging. It means that is connected. The second part, I will put 15 minutes to not be heavy. You can watch the videos easily. Configure the router for SSH access. You know, they're using Telnet to connect to the network device is currently at this, and all the information translated in the clear text format. Because of that one, we are using the SSH encrypted decision data, and prove the things that is easier. In the part 2, you will configure the router to accept the SSH connection over the VTY line. Okay, step 1, we configure the device authentication. The device name, we didn't put any device name, and are used for the port. You see that the crypto key that we have it when it's generated, therefore these names must be encrypted or entered in the issued in the crypto key command. Okay, for the step 1 here, we want to configure the device authentication. Okay, we are going back to the router, and there is 2 ways. You can use it from the PC. Again, we goes back to the terminal and do it from the terminal because it's connected to the the console line, or you can go directly to the router and do it from the router. The commands is a little bit, well, sometimes the option that you have it when you are using the CLI is more. Okay, you see that my name in the router is router, and the first part is asking you configure the device name. Okay, we put the host name, and we put the R1. Okay, press enter. Okay, we must be in the configure mode. I'm sorry. No, sorry. Sneaking. Okay. Put host name, and you put the router 1. Yeah, I must put it in the 2 part because it's not accepting more than 15 minutes. I will put the IP in the second one, configure the domain device. We put IP and domain name, and you can put the CCNA or CNET. You can put CNET124.com. Well, is the name that we put it. Where it